Hi guys, Dr. Doug Graham here. I get asked frequently, what do I eat? My days are not like clockwork, the same all the time. I eat what I want to eat. I eat when I'm hungry. And that changes from day to day. My days aren't all on the same pattern. And still, when I look back and say, what do I usually eat? It usually comes out fairly similar. And over the course of a year, if I was going to say, what do I usually eat? I usually eat 2 meals a day. I usually eat twice, sometimes a little bit before noon, and then again sometime around 6, I get hungry. It's not clockwork, and I'm not caring about the clock so much. I just try to eat when I'm hungry. But still, overall, it's generally 2 meals a day. Why do I eat 2 meals a day instead of 3 or 4 or 5? Well, basically, I enjoy eating a large meal. I enjoy eating until I'm full. I don't know if this is a leftover from childhood or what it is, but I do enjoy eating until I'm full. By eating a large meal, I often don't have to think about food again for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. And I enjoy that because I can then focus in on the other things that I'm doing. Typically, I eat about 3,500 calories a day, and I split those up between my 2 meals. My lunch meal tends to be a little bit higher in calories. My dinner meal tends to be a little higher in volume. For me, I'm perfectly happy to just sit down to a meal of 20 bananas. I don't count them out in advance. I don't plan it that way generally unless I'm taking them somewhere. And even then, it usually works out to about 18 to 20 bananas. And I'm quite satisfied. So this would be lunch for me. That would more than do the job. But I might eat 2 or 3 more bananas. I could have this many more. I don't know exactly till I sit down to start eating them how great they're gonna be, how active I plan to be in the morning. There's gotta be room for a little variation. It's not quite exact. At the same time, typically for me, lunch is just fruit. I just have fruit till I'm satisfied. But here in Sedro-Woolley, where I'm shooting this video, the lettuce is absolutely spectacular and the celery has been really, really good. And if it's out on the table, I might eat some lettuce and celery, probably just as is. I mean, for me, lettuce is like candy. I really like it. Celery is equally like candy to me. I love both of those foods. And when I'm hungry, they taste fantastic. And when I'm not hungry, who wants anything to eat? So then I don't want them. But for me, those are delicious foods. And right now, this time of year, we're in autumn. The celery and lettuce are both at their peak, prime for the whole year. So I'm enjoying as much lettuce and celery as I possibly care for. I'm eating quite a bit of it at the moment, and I'll certainly focus in on that during my dinner meals. But for me, whether it's 20 bananas or 10 to 12 persimmon, we're coming into persimmon season, I'm always going to end up somewhere around 2,000 calories for my lunch meal. I'm perfectly content to eat one food for my lunch meal. It does not have to be a fancy meal. But I only became content that way after many, many trial runs of learning how satisfying and how satiating that mono meal really was. At first in my head, I thought, no, I don't want to eat a mono meal. I want to have a little of this, a little of that, a little of everything. And it took a while, it took some practice. I actually tried it to say, oh, I prefer to eat the mono meal. I'm equally as full. I'm easily as satisfied, if not more so. It's an easier meal to create. I don't have to do anything to it. I can just peel it and eat it. Or if I want, I can throw them in our trusted Vitamix and make a little smoothie, add some water. I change the amount of water based on how thirsty I am. So if it's a hot day and it's been sweaty, I've been active, I might put in more water. If it's not so much, then I'll just drink it thicker. I don't have a preference of whether I drink my bananas or whether I eat them. It's going to come out to be the same number for me either way. I'm perfectly happy to eat it as ice cream. I'm perfectly happy to eat it as is. Just as happy to drink them. I enjoy having that flexibility, and that also is something I had to develop over time and practice. There were years, I remember back 20 years ago, when I used to drink my meal almost every single day, and then eating the meal became something I had to learn to do. But it worked in certain situations, and drinking wasn't possible in others, so I just practiced, and then after a while came to really love eating my bananas as is. So basically, that's lunch. Tonight I'm having some Washington grown organic Globe grapes. They are really something special. This time of year, the Globes are some of the best available. And we're gonna have those till you just don't want any more grapes. I'm gonna eat a lot of grapes. Really, the grapes are almost gonna be my meal. That's where the calories are gonna come from. And then to fill up, because I really enjoy filling up on vegetables, all the flavors and the textures and the crunch and the mouthfeel, and it's just a lovely thing. It's almost impossible to go wrong with a mango tomato soup. So this is primarily tomato. There's a little bit of mango, keep mango. We use heirloom tomatoes. Everything is organic here. We've got some noodles made from zucchini that have been added in for texture, and just makes it a lot more fun to eat soup with noodles. I always like my tomato soup to have noodles. So it doesn't really matter how much tomato or how much mango. Any combination of mango and tomato tastes good, but this soup is primarily tomato with just a bit of mango just to sweeten it up a bit. We're gonna have this soup in unlimited quantities with a big table full of lettuce, organic romaine, and we'll just have lettuce and use it as a dressing for the, we'll use the soup as a dressing for the lettuce, or we'll eat one and then have the other. As I mentioned this morning, to me lettuce tastes like candy anyway, so it doesn't need a whole lot on it. And we'll have a sitting down lovely meal with a dozen people enjoying our soup and salad.
If you're looking for other simple and delicious meal ideas, open this present and discover 15 fantastic ways to enjoy a banana. Click the book now to download your copy.